If I may now kindly request Mr. Manzoor Hasan OBE, Executive Director, Center for Peace and Justice at Brack University, to kindly deliver his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good morning, distinguished guests. And I'm aware of the fact that there is a guillotine in place. We have 7 minutes, so I will try to stick to the 7 minutes that's been given to me. I intend to look at the macro picture, the big story, in the sense that when we talk about integrity, I think the big question is, where does it start? Does it start at the individual level, or does it start at the societal level? And I think this is a dilemma that we all face and probably will never come to a satisfactory answer. I've taken academic liberty to actually look at this issue from the point of view of what academia can contribute when it comes to ethical issues and standards in the wider society. To start off with, if I just kind of remind you the progress that Bangladesh has made over the last 4 decades, more than 4 decades, I think we're aware of the statistics, and I don't want to go over them, but the fact is that Bangladesh is now a lower middle income country. The fact that we have actually done well when it came to the Millennium Development Goals. We are fully committed to the Sustainable Development Goals that we are now trying to implement. And also we know the fact that as part of the Digital Bangladesh policy, we have an impressive internet coverage throughout the country. So when I go to my village, I actually have broadband and can do my work sitting there and don't have to rush back to Dhaka all the time. So these are some of the progresses, and there are many more that I can cite, but I won't bore you with that. But I think Bangladesh, we also know the fact that Bangladesh faces formidable challenges as we move forward, as we transition from the lower middle income to a middle income country, from a rural to a more urban setting, to an agrarian to a more manufacturing and service-oriented economy. So there are changes that we can talk about. The changes are happening at every sphere, at every level, whether we talk about the public, private, family, societal, neighborhood, personal, individual. Changes are happening, and this is not just Bangladesh, but it's happening globally. So as we can feel the transition, I think we can feel it in our bones that it's happening, and it's very palpable. And it's reflected in our daily activities. So if we look at the macro level, and there's no PowerPoint, so you just have to listen to me. The macro level, we talk about this issue as governance, or we talk about it as malgovernance, whether it's good or bad, depends. And in many ways, some researchers have said this malgovernance is due to lack of integrity, lack of ethics in terms of policies, laws, and institutions, right? And at the meso level, if you do, the macro and the meso, sometimes researchers will say, given the present situation that we have, that there are challenges of radicalization and extremism that's going on, that we face at the present moment in our society. Now, I'm going to raise some questions now, and I think probably these are questions for researchers to delve into. Now, these malgovernance issues that we've talked about, or we can refer to, or extremism or radicalization and all the issues that we are facing, the fragility issues, I call them, that we are facing today in our society. Are these the results of weakening integrity or ethical standards? That's my first question. Is it related to that? Or is it the result of some other reasons? Because of globalization, because of the fact that we are going from agriculture to manufacturing so rapidly. So what are the reasons? Is there a causal link between the rapid transition that we are experiencing and some of the emerging fragility that we have in our society? Is malgovernance a contributing factor to that fragility? Should governance and development overlap? Imran would be particularly interested in that question. I think, do we seek development in one slot and governance in another slot, or do we have to look at it from the same angle? We really have to acknowledge the fact that the present government has put in place a policy called the National Integrity Strategy. And Imran's institute was very much responsible for the formulation of that particular policy, the National Integrity Strategy. And I'm sure many other universities present in this room have also contributed to ethical policies and integrity policies that the government is formulating today in Bangladesh. But looking forward, looking to the next 50 years of Bangladesh, academia, I think, will have to play a more significant and proactive role in enhancing ethics in our society. And I think some of the speakers and our special guests and others have mentioned the fact that it has to start at the micro level. We talked about the macro, we have talked about the meso, and now it's the micro which is important. And the micro, I refer to the individuals, the students at universities and colleges, and the issues that you all have raised in terms of pleasurism and other ethical issues will really have to start at that stage. So I leave you with some thoughts. Thank you very much, and I will be very happy to answer some questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hasan, for your valuable inputs.